I should have been continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. Chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face. Stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction. A miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil or a linen. Joy to the poison. Voice to the resin. Capture a map of a gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studio strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right, or a torso hung on a warping spine in proportion. Reads as warm and alive. Routine day with a dirt cheap brush. Then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then
everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Rivers' Chargers. They're getting close to kickoff in America's finest city, San Diego. So let's head out west and check in with our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Mission Valley area of beautiful San Diego, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Diego Chargers. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really loved what they got out of him last year, because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards a carry in production, and that's exactly what.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Returnable here from the 38. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Travis Benjamin, 54 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Seahawks. They won the NFC West, wrapping it up in Week 15. They've won it 4 out of the last 5 years, Charles. And what New England has been able to do has dwarfed everything else. But that's a pretty good run out west, is it not?
It's a fantastic run because, remember, we were talking about the NFC West being the most competitive division in football for about a 3-year stretch there between them and San Francisco. Remember, the Rams played all of them tough. Arizona got involved in the whole deal. So it's a great run by them. And they don't believe that they're finished, not by any stretch of the imagination. They're looking to get one of the home field advantages in the playoffs.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And to the left side here, Wilson. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 11 on the gain there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. And we'll take a look quickly at the San Diego defense.
Melvin Ingram is beginning to come into his own as an outside linebacker. Strong, solid, with an excellent first step.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. So the flag is for the very rare illegal forward pass penalty.
Not often that a quarterback forgets where the line of scrimmage is. They have an innate sense about it. On this play, the quarterback did.
And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. Third and long, it's Wilson. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kyle Emanuel able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up fourth down. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Rivers from the gun on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now it's Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And He's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They go play action with Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. Being chased out left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here's Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Rivers now on 2nd down, and he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Travis Benton. Benjamin that time, and it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. 3rd and long for Rivers. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Danny Woodhead is intended target, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Wilson on second down. Deep drop. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Here's John Ryan now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Fielded at the 33. Look at this spin. Balance. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Rivers now, the throw on first down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. A first down throw here for Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out now come the Seahawks. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On second down, Rawls. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. For Rawls, they're going to need to figure something out going into the playoffs, because you look back to Week 15, 21 carries, 34 yards. That has to improve if they want to make a run.
I agree totally with that, because even though they have switched to Russell Wilson being the focal point of their offense, running the ball is still their bread and butter. And if they have Thomas Rawls at peak efficiency, then the Seahawks are really ready to go. But the Rams' defensive front, when they're at their best, 3 first-rounders up front, hard to move it against them.
That's very true, and that's who he was going against in Week 15. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And quickly, they get to the line. Throwing is Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it's third down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. On first down, Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now Now Wilson on first down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now it's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Ready, 380. 12.
Second down, Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
First down, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Hillman has it over the middle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
They go play action here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Now a second down throw for Rivers. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Rivers now on second down. And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams from 6 yards away. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And Graham's got it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Third down. Here's Rawls. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.